Welcome to another tutorial. This time the Metro Realm. Nice, quick, easy tutorial, but you might want to optimize your run. So we're not going to talk about, oh, how do you get to the end of the realm? We know how to get to the end of the realm. We're going to optimize this run the best we can. And we're going to see, not if we can get to the end, but how quick we can get there. The quickest way to the end of the realm. Alright, you want to leave it about 17 seconds. I think we're about to prove that wrong. Do not leave at 17 seconds. Unfortunately, I was wrong to leave at 17 seconds. That was too soon. Leave it about 19 seconds. Alright, you'll come out into the tunnel. Now, just have traffic off. There's no point turning the AI cars on. They're not required for any reason. Now, it's tight, but you can cut this part. It is the optimal way is to cut that part. You save milliseconds of just not having to take the fast side. And also, for those wondering, the reason I'm using this car is purely because it is a default car. It's one of the 4 default cars. It's the one that I remember as a default car, so it's why I've chosen it. Now, you want to slow up as soon as you get in. If you spin left, watch out for the bump. But this way is probably the fastest way through City 1. Oop. I turned a bit early there. You want to turn right here. Don't go straight. There's no point going to City 2. For whatever silly reason, the devs are quite happy to have all 3 cities accessible. There should be like something here to make it not accessible. But, oh well. So, this section, there's a lot of freedom here to just go fast. Now there is a big traffic accident ahead, however there's also no barrier in the road. So you can slow it down, take it easy, and you can take this left exit. Don't even worry about it, just jump off the edge. Maybe don't jump off the edge. Alright, let's pretend we didn't. Let's be smart here. Let's say we didn't jump off the edge. You come out here. That's where the exit ramp is. Doesn't matter which side you take, but that left side is easier. You want to go left straight away. You want to go right. I think you can cut across there, but if you have cut off the bridge, you'll be here. So you want to go this way to the end. This way up. Now watch me get lost. I've gotten lost. Hey, check out this realm tutorial. Actually, have I gotten lost? I have not gotten lost. That might not be optimal. So we will be trying it again. We're going to see if we can optimize this run and get it in under 3 minutes. I'll be doing my best to do a bit better, but just following those turns gets you to the end. It's a 306. I had that accident. We'll try again. There was a few things that we can save time on here, so we will try and save our time and just try and optimize this realm a bit. Now this opened at like 29. Doesn't matter if it opens while you're inside it, because as long as you hit either edge, it will teleport you. Now obviously a faster car will do this track a lot faster, but we're not using a faster car, we're using a default car. This is the default car that has the most grip of the default cars, so it's good for very all-round reasons. Now watch out for those edges. The moment you hit those edges, you will lose control of your car. And also you can nitrox backwards there to slow down faster. But you gotta just remember to put it into first to get out of there. Now if you're not confident with the weaving at the end, you can take the left path here, but the right one is, as I said, it's milliseconds faster. It's not saving you a lot of time, but it is saving you time, theoretically. I don't know, maybe you save just as much on this part here as you would lose for the whole run. Oh, that was bad. That was so bad. It's all good. We don't want to go that way. We want to go to the end. believe we want right here. Second left. Go to the end. Turn left. Right. Oh, this is so much faster. This is almost a minute quicker. And I had mistakes still. Like that, that's a mistake. But we've saved more than 30 seconds here. We've quite easily done this in under 2:30. It's used up all the nitrox. We haven't even used one of the fastest cars in the game. We have only used a default starting car. So, shouldn't be an issue. It's a nice, quick and easy run, the Metro. And that's an Accelercharger, man. I believe. Accelercharger unlock under 3 minutes. Easy stuff. You just fly through it, just jump off that bridge. You don't even really have to take the exit ramp, just ramp off it. You'll be right. You'll figure it out. Yeah, that's the Metro run. That's my new personal best, apparently. Obviously, a few questions remain, like, how fast can I do it? Oh, that's way too soon to leave for Crazy 8s. Obviously, this car is much faster. What was that? Look here, Crazy 8 is a bit too insane off the start here, so we've got to be very careful that we hit that at 29. Close enough. 30 seconds is a decent entry. We'll blast our way in. We will be careful because this first barrier is probably the hardest part of the track. Because if you go too far to either side, it will just end your run instantly. Christ. This time I'm going to try and keep this monstrosity stable. Right, we've entered that slightly faster than last time. Woo! I'm just easing off the accelerator here because I literally have too much power to control this thing. This thing is so fast, it is absolutely insane. This may be the fastest car in the game other than maybe Reverb, but, you know, I guess we'll see. Oh no. This car is too fast. I do not like it. Let's go. Is this a terrible idea? Yeah, probably. Don't try this at home, kids. You know what? This is still putting me in the right spot and almost the right way. No.
Ah, here's Mr. Shortcut.
If this thing wasn't an absolutely bonkers excuse for a vehicle, and it was somewhat controllable, this might have been a decent run. Oh, that's a new record. With all those mistakes, I still smashed that record out. Someone asked for some ideas as to what realms could use for an improvement, so we'll see if I can discuss those if I can do it while driving. Obviously, the first issue I have is that the freeways end in city, whereas they should stay freeway. In the third city, the freeway goes all the way through. If you stick on the freeway, you won't actually enter the third city, you'll just pass over it essentially. That should be a more recurring theme. The freeways should drive through or around the 3 cities, or however many cities we have, and work from there. The other thing is the cities are too short. Look, I could turn right, but I've already seen that my destination is left, and if I take my first left, it forces me into another left, and then if I turn right, boom, I can already see the exit. I can already see I'm out of this city. I'm out of this city by just following the natural instinct of being able to see that there's a city to my left. If I go here, if I'm bothering to look right, I can see there's another city to my right, which is awful. Okay, if you're looking for the hidden car in this realm, the cities are beautiful because you actually have to drive through them. And this one just doesn't force you to drive through it, so there needs to be some sort of obstacles. Now, I know the AI isn't at the best point, so what we should be doing until the AI is at the best point is the metal balls on Chrome that force you off the track. They can't be moved, which is a shame because like it'd be awesome to be able to use the Accelercharger to knock them around, and that would be cool here too. However, that's obviously not an option because then you know, the Metro Accelercharger doesn't work like that. That's not how those things work because they're on a hard spline. There's no jumps or anything, so they should be fine here. You could either have them as just solid, unmovable objects. Unfortunately, it means the Metro Charger doesn't work for now. Have them as solid, unmovable objects constantly moving on a spline, or stationary. Have them as stationary cars, and you just got to weave through them. And then, yes, put physics on them so I can ram them out of the way. If I'm in the sweeper, I should be able to run straight through them. If I'm using the Metro Charger, run straight through them. Yes, they are not moving, and that does affect the feel of it. But you should be going so fast that them moving slowly feels like they're standing still. Just lay the cars out, have them as non-solid objects, or solid objects obviously, but like not stuck to the ground, so I can just bump them around. And then when you get to the cities, that's when you chuck in the kamikaze semis. So we're going to spin it around here, because obviously, Jesus Christ, this is what, a 17-point turn? What is this? Now, the next part we need is the kamikaze semis. And obviously, we're not at a state where we can put them on, like we can give them AI and have them hunt players. If the game gets to that state, that'd be amazing. But until then, the two options are, once again, put them on a spline, have them circling the city, and if they hit you, they hit you. There's not a damn thing you can do about it, and that should be the way they work, honestly. However, I have been told by the dev team that that doesn't work because they look ugly on splines. They turn weird, they take corners really weird. So the other option, right, is you make them fully immovable objects and you put them in the way. Just big ass trucks, all through here, and I can't go that way. I have to find a different way. So yes, while the city might still look short, or still have that short route, I'm forced to go this way. And when I'm forced to go this way, all I know is I kind of want to go left. So I'm going to go left. And then I kind of want to go left here. That seems like the best option. And then we get through to here. And we're kind of getting nowhere with this. But we do have some sort of path. But what you're seeing here is now I'm actually using the city. I'm not getting out of it as soon as possible. Yes, I'm still getting out of it quickly as I'm getting here. And that gives me access to this freeway. Again, kamikaze semis or just a huge traffic jam of cars stops me going this way. It forces me to go left. You have the access to cars and traffic. You can make a traffic jam that drivers don't want to drive through. So you're forcing them to go left. They get to here, there's no point going left again, so they're going to go right. Now you're forcing them into second city. And then using the same method, you can keep them back onto that freeway. And that's a fantastic way to do it, rather than just letting me just cut through this city in, what, 15 seconds or something like that? It seriously takes no time at all to get through first city. You're skipping second city entirely, so you're getting to the end of the track in under a minute and a half. And that's for a dodgy run. So you can get to the third city so quickly, and it's no good. Okay, they already have done it here. You see, these cars here are in a spot that stops me taking the right exit ramp with any sort of ease. That is a terrible angle to try and hit. So they've already done that. It's not like they're like, oh, we don't like that idea. We don't like the idea of using a traffic jam to manipulate where the player goes, because they've already done it, whether or not it's intentional. Now, so what we do here is we go through the second city. It'll be in a relatively long route. It doesn't have to be the longest route, just a relatively long route. You get out here, and you've got these two paths. Again, 32-point turn. You can see the end. So, that's telling you you can see the end.
I can see the end!
However, big issue there is it tells you Kurt doesn't see it from the freeway, he sees it from the city, or whoever sees it from the city, not the freeway. So seeing it from the freeway, you kind of know you're supposed to stay on the freeway. It doesn't give you that, oh, we need to be on the freeway feeling. But these paths are so thin, and the slightest mistake, and I'm either stuck, like I am now, or I'm off the edge into the abyss. That's terrible. Make these at least 2 cars wide, 3 cars wide. Sorry, they're already 2 cars wide. Make them 4 or 5 cars wide. These things are wide enough for 4 to 5 cars on one side of the white line. And these parts here are just so thin. Oh, I'm just going to drive off the edge. Terrible. These need to be way wider. They need to be something I can drive on. And this one's being windy. Why is this so windy? Like, what the hell is this? Oh my god. See,
We all wish we could rescue Kadeem.
it's terrible. That is poor design in that sort of aspect. It is inefficient to take the exit ramps. You want people to be able to do so. Even if the exit... So what should happen in the case of exit ramps is you come off each side and they go straight down into the city, or down and a turn into the city. Not around and you go through a loop-the-loop and then you come out still outside the city and then drive in. It's terrible. It doesn't matter if the exit ramps exit in the same spot. They need to exit easier. It needs to be something you can drive on. But there should never be a point where you're driving freeway to city without an exit ramp, which unfortunately at the start here you are. The freeway should be a big intricate freeway. However, again, traffic should be the problem. Traffic everywhere, you don't want to deal with it. That little merging section back there forced me to do that. Put so many cars there that I don't want to be on the left side in the oncoming. That's the other thing. To make oncoming feel more oncoming, put more cars in it. Make less cars on the right side of the road, more cars on the left that are facing towards you. And also with the current cars they're using for AI cars, or for realm cars, they've got a low front end. So you can ramp off quite easily. The back end not so much. And that's good. Okay, you don't want to be on the left side. And then it should go out and around here, but you want to go faster. So you will cut through the city. You don't want to fight traffic. You'll cut through the city. And that's where you would have an exit ramp that comes down here. Okay, and a good exit ramp. Not this bullshit tiny thin track that you can't stick to. Exit ramp that is wide, easy to get off of. And have them, even if they both somehow meet here, even if this is what the exit ramp looks like, but the actual thing just keeps going, that would be fine. Yeah, wouldn't be too hard to figure out the logistics of making a 4-car wide. They're not even 4 cars, like they're more than 4 cars. But 4-car wide, perfect. And then you get into here and you're forced to go wherever you need to go. Very essential, but you know, this isn't so easy. Like I don't spend any time in the second city at all, and I spend such a small amount in the first city that's not even worth even having a first city. It's absolutely not worth having a second city. So yeah, those are my points. Freeways should have merging lanes onto all cities. Shouldn't just be able to go between freeway and city without any exit lanes or anything like that. Put realm cars everywhere, even if they don't move, that'd be fine. Use kamikaze semis to direct traffic and keep them from taking the fastest route. Okay, look, you might be able to use your acceler charger to get past them. Cool, that'd be awesome. But if you don't have one, too bad. Okay, and we can turn this from a 2.5 minute track into like a 6-7 minute track without actually changing any of the track. We're just putting obstacles in the way, forcing people to take the longer path and actually drive the track, not just speed run it. But yeah, exit ramps need to be way wider. Like they're an absolute abomination. They can't be spirals and stuff like that either. They need to be open exit. Like when you exit a freeway, you don't have any of that drama. You stay at the speed limit. That's the way they're designed, is that you can stay at the speed limit. Even have one freeway exit onto another. And yes, obviously the last section, having a freeway as well that you need to get back onto. And even if that freeway is like a loop of some sort or something that you can only access from the third city, beautiful. Mwah. Sounds great. But what we've got here is unfortunately just not doing justice to Metro realms. One of the coolest realms. It has like the coolest obstacles with the kamikaze semis and the traffic, and you're not dealing with that. It's meant to teach you how to deal with traffic, and we don't have traffic. And even if I turn the traffic on, let's do so, then we get to see, like, this is what the difference is when we turn traffic on, okay? And what? Okay, so my frames die first, and yeah, it's cool that these guys are just messing me up. But yeah, frames, my frames. I can't see because there's headlights. I love that. I really love that. Keep the headlights on. All the audio is messed up. I can't hear anything. That car crashed on his own. I had nothing to do with that car's crash, and that's where the problem lies. This car has crashed on his own. I didn't even get there yet. Car is crashed there. This one's driving himself off the edge.
Are you lost?
And it's just, oh, the sound is awful. The cars just aren't doing all that well. Like this one, he's crashed too. I'm trying to help him. Let's see if we can help this car get to his goal, his destination.
Are you kidding me?
Why does Crazy 8 sound like this? That is so weird, man. Is that Crazy 8's making that noise, or is that the AI cars? Ah, resetting kills the frames. And are those cars avoiding me? Or are they just dumb? Like, I haven't interacted with that guy at all. He's just crashed because he felt like it. Oh, that sound is abysmal. The frames were abysmal. The lighting looks phenomenal with all those extra lights on it. And having those cars with the extra lights, cool. I love it. I love their lights. They really added a lot of detail to the realm, made it look really crisp. At that 2 frames a second I was getting. Just take the AI out, man. Like, AI cars, good. AI in the cars, bad. There's just a lot. AI is hard, okay? I know nothing about coding, but I can promise you that coding AI in a racing game is probably the hardest part of coding the racing game. And then making the AI worth a damn? No. It's unfortunately not worth their time. As much as I would love AI cars in this game, I think they're smarter to cheat with it. I think a hard spline enemy in each realm, you know, like a drone that is on a hard spline, you can never knock him off his course because it's just solid. It would be awesome. Or maybe, you know, pipeline, but there's a sweeper that's also on a hard spline, but it's super slow. He's not going that fast. He's just going to wreck you if he catches you. But it's your fault if he catches you because you drove too slow. Okay, it's like a 5-minute track. You take 7 minutes to get through it. Not a worry. Okay. That's on you if that sweeper catches you. Otherwise, yeah, waiting around for AI when we could just cheat our way through the concept of AI. Just, I don't know, it seems so much faster and so much easier on the dev team to just skip AI entirely and just cheat with splines and stationary vehicles that can or cannot be moved. Either way, it depends on what you're using them for. The ones on the freeway make them movable, so that my Accelercharger, my Metro Accelercharger, yeets them off the edge. But then, it's not good enough against the, you know, the kamikaze semis. Also, in the sweeper should be so heavily weighted that I don't need the Accelercharger, that I can just obliterate these things. I can drive the kamikaze semi. I want to be able to drive that through the traffic. I bet you if I was to do it, I wouldn't be able. I'd get knocked around just as much as I was in Crazy 8s. Combat Horror should give these trucks value by letting them just ram cars off the road. These AI cars that are on one realm. I love it. I love the idea, and I know it's never going to happen, but it should. And maybe it's something that we should push for. But that's how you improve the Metro realm.